All right, looks like I got both boards working. This is one of two. I started on this one because it initially gave me more life than the other one. The other one just had static garbage on the screen. This one at least would post something. It booted, I think, once or twice, and then I realized that that connector was bad. It's got, I had to reprogram the ROMs, those two that you can see there with the labels. These were on the other board, had something to do with why the other board wasn't booting, but not completely why the other board wasn't booting. At any rate, those EEPROMs needed to be reprogrammed. They just ended up on this board. This cap right there has been changed to hold the reset circuit down on this board a little longer to let Dexter get all spun up. I'm gonna go ahead and power it on. Go around the front of the game. Should come up with some garbage, but this will go away as soon as that reset circuit kicks in. And it comes up. I don't know if you can hear the audio, but I've got a speaker connected over here. Let's see. As far as the harness goes, it's all pretty self-explanatory. Those three wires, black, red, and orange, go to your power supply. These wires here are your coin door. Black and red are grounded +5, blue is coin. This other harness here goes to the control board. It's labeled on the other side as to where sync and ground and red and all that goes. So it's fairly obvious how that plugs in. That harness right there goes to the monitor. That harness belongs to this cabinet, so it won't be coming with your boards, but it's just a regular RGB. So you got red, green, blue, black, empty location and sync. 6-pin connector, real simple. Dexter is on Badlands mode. It's gonna need to be on Badlands mode in order for it to work. If it's not on Badlands mode, the board and the Dexter will not communicate. Another thing that's really easy to do is to pop that little SD card out. Right, let's see, right there. Just by handling the Dexter. So for instance, if you go to pick it up like this, and you accidentally pinch up here, that card will pop out. Dexter won't boot. So if it's not working at some point, just double check the two things. You've got that flashing LED and that SD card is pushed into its socket. So the way I've got it Dexter powered, it's actually being powered by the wall, quote unquote, right? I've got another harness here that you can use if you want. It's powered from the power supply in the cabinet. You will have to be very careful with how you connect these two wires. One of those is going to be +5, the other one's going to be ground. And you've got to make sure that you've got +5 on that center conductor and ground on the outside. If you have those backwards, that will get fried. Every bit of it will likely get fried. So we don't want to do that. That connector's keyed, so that ribbon cable will only go in one way. The other things I found with this board were, I want to say we had RAM issues back here. So notice I put this socket in place. So this was where a Konami custom CPU would have gone. It's called a Konami 1. It's just a custom 6809. When I was first troubleshooting this thing, I was thinking, well, maybe there's something going on between the 6809 and the software, so let's try a custom. It didn't work. Ended up being RAM and some other stuff here and there. This board has had some work done on it in the past. I believe that IC was replaced. There is a jumper on the back of it. Let's go around the front. Oh, controls. Let's continue on controls. Where is, okay. So this is your control panel harness. I'm just going to leave this button connected the way it is. There is +5 is red, green is the LED drive, so that will drive that LED. And then ground is black, brown is the shoot button, blue is the player start button. So I'm just going to start a game here real quick. Put you down real fast. Okay, game is started. The LED is illuminated. When the LED is on, you can fire. So the game doesn't tell you when to fire. You've got to know when to fire. Oh, blew it. Doesn't give you much of a chance. So you got to be quick. Well, too late, I guess. I never really played this game much when it was out in the wild, so I don't have a lot of practice on knowing when to shoot and when not to shoot. At any rate, the other board will be tested here shortly. It works, so I'm not worried about shooting another video on that one. Although that other board did have bad software, so those two EEPROMs there and there, they were bad. They did have to be replaced. And then the other thing was the reset circuit had to be modified on that one. And there was something else wrong with it, but it's honestly been so long at this point, I just don't remember. Yeah, so there you go. 2X Badlands working.